we go. All the camera colors kick in and everything. All right. Good morning, everybody out there. It's Kazar420. So today is not only Sunrisers Season 1, it is Sunrisers Season 1, Episode 25, guys, and it is the end of our first season of the show. What's up, motherfucker? I see Daddy Take Nugs in the fucking chat out there, guys. Everybody showing that love. Say what's up. Good morning to each and every one of you guys as you guys fall in right now. We're going to go ahead and get this dab ready for 7:10 a.m. out here for me. Let's get it, guys. We'll be going in on some of those form cut cookies from Matrix, Nevada to start off the day.
Got the old school hand torch, the quartz banger, even old school because I dropped my my little easy slip glass attachment. It was on me. It's my fault. But I got a little bit of, what is this? Flow. I keep forgetting the name of it. Flow. I've never heard of it. But cheers.
Mel, good morning. Mike from last night, how's it going, man? Hope your morning's going good. We got Starscream in the house. Antonio just popped out. See Tim S. What's up? Good morning, Tim. Stone Squatch. Of course, we got Dr. Wiggler in the house. Dr. Wiggler is always with us. Good morning. Got 9 beautiful sunrisers with us to start the day already. Get this nice and hot. Get our dab ready, guys, and start off this fucking day with you. So, unfortunately, as you guys can tell, Johnny Blaze is not with us this morning. We are not sure where he is. Unfortunately, we have not been able to get a hold of him. And as you guys know, I know he wouldn't miss the season finale if there wasn't some reason for it. So, you know, we'll find out what's going on. Hopefully, he pops his face in here sometime before this ends. But hopefully, it's just an issue with maybe an alarm clock or something needs to get bitch slapped. But all right.
I don't want to take it to that level, but when you look at Johnny, his endurance and his cardio looks like it's still not that far from what it was when he was in the military. He could still be going from his little
the wifely adventure.
he could still have some cardio left in him.
Oh shit.
That's good.
That's funny shit. All right, man, I'm going in on this shit. Cheers.
I'm gonna do another dab here. I'm with you. I'm gonna do another little micro dab here with you, and then I also got a little doobie rolled up. Got some Gorilla Glue number 4. Still, luckily, man, I think I need to stop using my hand roller. I use my hand roller because, like I said the other day, and you made a joke. It rolls kind of smaller joints, so like makes me conserve, and then also they're just quicker on the show. But I think just for the sake of keeping it traditional, old school, I need to start hand rolling my joints on the show. It takes me a few minutes longer, but just a few fucking minutes. What's a few minutes?
Right, Cheers. Exactly.
What I think would be really cool for you guys out there in the chat who can, I think it'd be really cool season 2. If you guys who can pick up 710 Life Ozone from 420life.com, I think it'd be cool if once a show or a couple times show, we did at the same time. We did some ozone dabs together. Like, I mean, I think that should be pretty cool, guys.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to
try to bring someone in here.
Yeah.
Awesome. As I said, it's awesome. I get a notification that someone replied. It's awesome. That's good.
Good shit, man. What the fuck? Why can't I find you? Here we go. There we go. I think I've. There we go. There you go, Dank. That's a
I don't know if that one works. I don't think it will.
All right, let me know if you can get to that link, Dank, and get you up here. All right, guys. So, yeah, we all definitely need a fucking third. Let me see. Let me know if you get that link, Dank. I had to go through one of the chats. Found you finally. So, go ahead and load up a bowl of flour while we wait for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke on this purple monkey for today to start the day.
Ready to hit hot fire? You freezing your nuts off? Well, I'll tell you, I'm not freezing because I'm inside the warmth. Fortunately, you know, and I can pay to have the heater. But it did sleet and snow a little bit outside, so we got a little sleet snow on the roads. Not too much. It's slowly less of an amount that it's not even covering my yard. It's just on the road a little bit. So
it's just enough to piss you off. That's all.
Exactly.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Good morning, Daddy Dank Nugs. What's good, man? For everybody out there, this man right here is an original OG. This is the fucking ghetto smoker, traditional motherfucker right there. That's Daddy Dank Nugs in the fucking house, guys. Glad to have you with us, man.
Founding father.
Yep.
Glad to be here.
Still trying to get hold of Johnny.
I was gonna go to work today, man, but I woke up. I was still feeling like shit. I was just like, man,
I hate to hear that, man.
I have it. And my head hurts. My fucking, I don't know. I still feel kind of off. I don't know. So
yeah, I feel it, man.
Yes.
That's
Are you generally off on Saturday and Sunday? Normally, anyway, like tomorrow and the next day.
Well, today's Friday, but
no, I
yes,
know.
I'm generally. Yeah, I'm usually off on Saturday and Sundays, but I've got my son on Saturdays and Sundays, so I don't really have time to do it.
I was gonna say it sucks you got to take an extra day off today, but then going into the week you have those 2 days as well. But I forgot with
your son, I'd rather have a lot extra time with my son.
Hell yeah!
So that's like I'm with my son today after the show.
That's what's up, Mikey. Yeah, Mike's going to come over to the crib. Mike and me are going to go to a lapidary store. For those of y'all out there who don't know what a lapidary is, it's working with stones, rocks and stuff. Daddy Dank Nugs bought a cabbing machine a couple of weeks ago because I've got quite the collection of some petrified wood and some other stones that I found out here in Colorado. So I'm going to look into getting those processed into cool trinkets that we can use, and I'm gonna see what I can do about getting them out there.
Can I make a request?
That's cool.
I've been looking for someone just to take a simple little rounded stone or make it rounded and just drill a hole through it so I can put my joint in it and smoke it. Like when it gets down to the end.
Like one of them cigarette tips that cats used to fuck with back in the day or something.
Yeah, man. If you give me one of those made, man, I'll send you a little bit of money. If you have PayPal, something like that, man, or wiring. I'm not too good with that shit with wiring, but I'm pretty good with PayPal.
The only problem is like I'm super new to it. I don't know anything about it, so that's why I got to go hit this lapidary store, ask them questions, see what other materials I need. Because I'm not about to just turn something on and start fucking shit up.
Exactly. I do think it'd be cool though if you made something like that and I pop it out, but hey, this is made personally by my boy Daddy Dank Nugs.
Oh yeah, man. Get yourself some cheddar on the side.
My ultimate goal with it is to get a whole line of stuff, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, like a store almost. Fucking. I'll probably run it off of Instagram and YouTube and shit.
Yeah, I was about to say you just do it online, and that'd be dope, dude. I like that idea, man.
I've got some badass fucking pieces of pet wood.
See, that's one cool thing about like hiking, so that you never know what kind of cool, interesting things you'll find out there, and there's all kinds of stuff, the nature made shit that's badass that you'd be surprised.
Yeah, people, you don't really look down while you're walking, but if you do, you'll find some cool shit. And petrified wood, I mean, it's not a precious stone or anything like that. It's just really cool because it takes such a long time to make. I mean, this piece of petrified wood could have been knocked off a tree by a dinosaur millions of years ago, stepped on by the dinosaur, buried 30 feet underground. It solidified, And then I come along millions of years later and pick it up and like, oh, hey, this used to be wood.
That's crazy. I'm gonna look up petrified wood. I never even really heard a lot about it.
So that's actually really fucking cool. What do you know about petrified wood? Dude, there's petrified forest. Oh, goddamn forest, motherfucker.
Can I be honest with you, bro? Once we meet, you will understand. Like, I have not really got out in the world a lot, to be honest, man. I've lived in
change. We're gonna have to change that.
Exactly. There's some, bro. People will talk about something. Sometimes I'm like, dude, I don't look like I was like, man. I try to not so much that I'm not country. I'm not this and that, but like, dude, I'm fucking country when I really think about it. I don't know about this.
It's like I'm country if I think about it.
I don't even know fucking fast food restaurants. I'll be like, what is that? Like, you don't know so and so? Like, no, I've never been to Checkers. I've never been to In-N-Out. I've never been to
Brody's and shit like that. That's the first place we go to.
Well, if people ask, you know, hey, have you ever been to McDonald's? Be like, well, of course, McDonald's is everywhere. But
right.
Fucking chain that's on the West Coast and you live on the East Coast. Like, what kind of fucking question is that? Of course,
exactly.
Some people don't realize that it's only on the West Coast, only on the East Coast.
That's like back in the day when people used to ask people, they're like, "Hey, have you ever drank Seattle's best coffee?" And you're like, "Yeah, no. What kind is it? No, it's Seattle's best." Well, no, it was only in Seattle, you idiot. Of course, until they branched out to the rest of the goddamn country, nobody knew about it.
Isn't that Starbucks?
That's what I'm getting at. At one point, it was only in Washington. But man, that's a crazy thing about how much time has gone by that people literally have a Starbucks everywhere. I mean, that's like the normal thing.
It's so crazy. We have a sign now coming. Starbucks soon. We don't have Starbucks, but it's coming.
It's coming. So, it's like South Park.
I live in the South Park of the Midwest, is what I feel, dude. I swear to God.
So today in Vegas, because I'm a diehard hockey fan, so I pay attention to a lot of hockey news. And one of the most breaking news stories for hockey right now is that Las Vegas, we got our hockey team. We have our first professional division team of any sport is in NHL with the Vegas Golden Knights. And we were kicking ass. We were undefeated for almost the entire fucking season, which was incredible, which no one happened. I mean, we were just dominating this industry, right? And now out of nowhere, we're being sued by the U.S. Army. I mean, of all the people we pissed off the damn Army, right?
How can the Army sue a hockey team?
That's what I said
first of all. But well, they're trying to sue because they want to say likeness rights between the suit and their brand. That's what they're suing for.
Oh my God!
I was like, you got to be fucking
shitting
me.
Anything on their uniform that resembles
just the gold outlining, the way they have the outline. They're trying to say it's similar.
Oh,
I don't see that. I don't see the star or U.S. Army anywhere on.
No star, no Army, nothing like that. Their colors aren't even. They don't even have the white in the number. It's just on the numbers. That's all. And they're trying to say that this is.
They've added red to the colors too in the uniform.
So I mean, go ahead and read it. You know, but they're going. They're basically going after them to try to say that they, stole their logo.
They're not going to win
with their colors. That's what I'm saying. I'm like. Man, get the fuck out of here.
It's like Nike saying Victoria's Secret ripped off their logo.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that, to begin with, when the Vegas Golden Knights first started, they were not the Golden Knights. They were just the Vegas Knights, or the Black Knights, I think is what they were called. And they immediately got shut down. They had to change the name because of two reasons. One, their color or their logo had the same imagery as a Special Ops Division's logo in the military. And their colors were the same as another hockey team. So they had to change the logo. They had to change the colors. And now they're going to get hit by the Army again, saying that now it's too similar to the Army.
It's like,
I'm like, Jesus, man,
that's a lot of money for rebranding. They're just trying to fucking slap the plug, man.
So the United States military is so low on funds, they need to sue a new hockey team out of Vegas?
They're suing a Vegas hockey team. Yeah.
What? Like,
oh my God! I would think you'd be like, "Hey, they're supporting the Army." Yeah.
You know why they don't have no money? It ain't like your Army sits there and pays the soldiers enough, anyways. I don't know.
You know what the hockey team should do? The hockey team should be like, "We'll play you for it."
Hey, you know what though? Don't forget the military. They have athletic teams. My friend, he joined the Navy. All he does in the Navy, he's on the actual The Navy has their own team where they go around, they play in other leagues, stuff like that. All he does is he plays basketball for the Navy. He don't do nothing else but play basketball for the Navy.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty cool. Now see, okay, so from one fucked up story to another. So I know a lot of people that work with Walmart. That work there, and so a lot of people were really excited. They released the other day, day before yesterday, they released an article on the news that they said they will be giving $1,000 bonuses to a majority of their employees, as well as everybody in the store or anyone that works for Walmart will be getting a raise from $9 to $11 an hour.
Walmart?
Nationwide. Yeah, nationwide. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I know a lot of people that work
club
there.
Just close stores though.
Well, here's the fun part. The fun part of this bullshit is that literally a bunch of people now are being laid off from Walmart and stores are being closed to pay for said bonuses and raise. It is not, and everyone originally was saying that it's because of Donald Trump's tax, whatever change thing will allow them to give all this extra money to other people. When in reality, Walmart used this as a fucking opportunity to give people raises to play the image at the front end, but in the background, they're shutting down stores and taking people's jobs to pay for it. They're not actually going to give any money more. They're not giving anything extra. Anything that they may make in a savings or make after, with whatever the fuck happened. I don't even really understand that whole tax bullshit right now. But basically anything they would have made extra to give to the people, they're pocketing themselves. They're just going to fire a bunch of people to pay the difference. I'm like, wow. Fuck Walmart, guys.
That's how business works, man. That's fucking stupid.
Man.
I actually was reading something about that. And it's crazy because it's the same day that they closed all these stores down, they were applauding the government for some law that they put out about pretty much making large corporations, increase pay and stuff. So they weren't even increasing these raises and stuff because they wanted to. It was really because they had to type thing. And then
people don't even realize it. They just see the front value of it. Like, oh my God, yeah, we're going to get all this money. Yeah, awesome. But they don't realize how many people just lost their homes, lost their lives, everything, because they got that extra cash in their pocket. Well, that's the world we live in.
Okay, sorry, when you brought that up, you made me want to bring up two things. When you started talking about Walmart, that made me that made me think back to 2015 during the Jade Helm 15 type shit. That's a big ass long discussion. But then you said something about Donald Trump, and Michael Rappaport has called out Donald Trump on Twitter or whatever. This is on TMZ. I saw this on TMZ's Facebook page. Michael Rappaport is like, Donald Trump, you dick stain, you're a terrorist, you're terrorizing me. And I'm like, wait a second now. Mr. Michael Rappaport, Mr. Rich Celebrity. So I went on Twitter. I very rarely get on my Twitter account. So I got on Twitter and I'm like, I tweeted at Michael Rappaport. I was like, at Michael Rappaport. So how is at Donald Trump terrorizing you? How is he affecting your rich celebrity famous lifestyle? Like, you're not being terrorized, dude. You're just bringing this shit up because you're irrelevant now and you just want people to notice you again.
He's so irrelevant. What's his name? I don't even know him.
Boom. Exactly.
Fuck. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was funny. But Jade Helm 15 and Walmart, dude, that shit was scary as fuck. Like, I did a lot of research into Jade Helm 15. Kayzo, I don't know if you're like how big into conspiracies you are.
I know very little bit about that shit, but my buddy Mike is very, very into conspiracies. It's the autistic friend of mine. He reads all kinds of conspiracy. Dude, he talks about that one. He talks about the FEMA camp shit that apparently has the link to all the Walmart connections and all. And I'm like,
which conspiracy were you
just bro, that's a crazy shit.
For those of y'all who don't know out there, Jade Helm 15, this happened in 2015, and it was very hush-hush. It was military, and I'd bet my bottom dollar that FEMA was in on it too. What really got everybody in the nation's attention was that the very same day, like 8 different Walmarts in 8 different states closed their doors with no notice. Employees showed up to work only to find out that Walmart was closed. And all 8 different Walmarts said that they were having plumbing or water issues, some kind of issue like that. And I'm just thinking that is impossible. You're going to sit there and you expect us to believe that, and then all these different Walmarts, these different states shut down for the same fucking reason. That's impossible. So, reports and videos started surfacing that, they were clearing out Walmarts, putting shelves on wheels and making them easily movable in case they need to turn a like in a random detention center for American citizens in case shit pops off, and they wheel out the merchandise super quick. Like there's video on YouTube of Walmarts that were shut down, and people are like, look, like shooting over the, like they had everything blocked off. They're shooting over the barricade, and it was just like nuts. So
now I remember. I never knew the name of that, but I was back.
Just like
I'm not gonna lie, this.
Look, you guys want to talk about conspiracies. It's always cool when shit happens, like you research conspiracies and you're like, oh, this is cool. And you never really get the face value of it because you're never the person who recorded the video. You're never the person who experienced it. You're not the person whose kid was there. All right, so here in Vegas just last year, there's a junior high school called Cadwallader Junior or Middle School. You can look it up here in Las Vegas. So apparently a kid brought a thermometer to school, and it broke.
What?
A thermometer. Like a mercury-filled thermometer is what they said, right?
They still make those?
Apparently, well, here's the thing. So apparently someone broke one in the gymnasium. Well, immediately the school was shut down by the CDC. Okay, this fucking CDC shut the school down. Now, that doesn't mean the children and everyone evacuated. They shut it down with everyone inside the school. Okay, now remember, school starts here at 8 a.m. for junior high. And they were there from 8 a.m. until almost 2:30, like 2:33 a.m. in the morning, I believe is when the news said the last people were allowed to leave. Now, the teachers were immediately treated, blood tests, and removed from the school. The children had to stay inside the premises for over 12 hours. You could not get access to your children. You couldn't talk to them. You couldn't call them. You couldn't go see your kids. Nothing. It was military guns standing outside the middle school. And all the children had to have blood drawn. All the children, but they were not allowed to talk about what happened inside the school. That is all the children kept telling the adults. I shit you not. And it's even crazier because my cousin went there. This is the junior high school I went to, and it's literally right around the corner from my house. I drove by and had National Guardsmen watching as you're driving, like getting ready, like they're going to shoot just in case. They don't know. And I'm like, what the fuck did they do to these children? What the fuck? Because they're not going to tell me it was a mercury outbreak, basically. They were exposed to mercury, and they had to shut this school down and treat these children. That is bullshit. You know how many times I broke fucking thermometers as a kid? Dude, I used to play with mercury in my hand like an idiot. And
the amount of mercury that it would take to infect everybody would be a lot more than what's inside a thermometer. And you have to play with it for a long time. You have to be exposed to it for a long time.
What's good, bro?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to see what's up the Pork Chop from Med THC Ontario. They popped in. What's up, motherfucker?
And Randy Gaston, bless you. Bless.
Yeah. But so this really did take place, and I remember my cousin. He told me, and this was just last year. My cousin told me, he said that they made them draw blood, that they gave them a shot. This is what he told us. He said that they told us we were not allowed to tell you what they did, even though they're kids. Of course, they're going to talk. They're going to say something, even though, but they said men with guns in military suits. My cousin said they looked like the people in Call of Duty. That's what he said.
I'm bringing a lawsuit, or somebody's getting hit. Somebody, dude, give me my son now.
That's what people were saying. They were freaking, and they had National Guard people telling them they would arrest you if you got out of line. There was actually one parent who did actually have to be detained by the National Guard because he wanted his son. They wouldn't let him talk to him. He tried calling him. He was talking to the news reporter how they would not let them have any access to the children, that this was absolutely absurd, that the U.S. government does not have this right, and they cut the feed. You can look it up. It is on Fox News here in Las Vegas. And
I've been on the phone with my fucking lawyer.
Dude, I'd have been busting down the fucking door. You're National Guardsman, boy. You ain't trained enough to handle me. I'm sorry. You better shoot me. I'm gonna run your ass over, dude. You ain't gonna fucking tell me you're keeping my kid. Fuck you.
Roll your own cones. I'm trying out a new camera angle.
Yeah. Hey, it looks good. Hey, but you know what? That is some crazy shit, though, when you think about it, because that just tells you how much reach the government has over you. That these people could not get their own flesh and blood because the government said so. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit,
motherfucker. You don't talk that shit. You work for me.
Thank you.
Well, what's more fucked up is the National Guard is supposed to be like the modern day Minutemen. Like, motherfucker, you supposed to be one of us. What the fuck you doing working against me, motherfucker? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Holy beat is there was EDC or there was CDC people with the full hazmat suits walking around the school. That's not mercury exposure. Sorry. Just throwing that out.
From one thermometer. What did the kid bring in? Like 10,000 mercury thermometers and bust them all open?
Right, exactly. They said that it was such high levels and all this, and then literally the very next day, hushed about nothing, no one in the media attention, nothing, just gone. No one talked about it. I bring it up all the time, and people are like, "When did that happen?" I'm like, "Boom, boom, here's the news story. How'd you not see it?" And they're like, "Holy fuck, that actually!" I'm like, "Yeah, this happened. I'm not joking. This is real shit." But all of a sudden, it's all just going to become eventually just be a conspiracy, because that's what they want you to think about. They don't want you to know this shit's going on. It could be like, "Hey, man, these kids were exposed to fucking radiation, or due to something that someone's kid fucking." Brought some fucking piece of uranium.
All right, check this out.
I don't even know.
When I was in school, I was actually at the ghetto school for the kids, for the bad kids. I wasn't necessarily a hoodlum per se. I definitely not going to tolerate your bullshit, but I didn't go around looking for trouble. But I was just the one of the ones who didn't do any work. They'd hand me a test. I write my name on it and hand it right back to them. Like, I don't want to do your fucking stupid bullshit.
I did that in math.
I was down there, and they came in, and they're like, "Yo, everybody's got to get out of the building and go over to this like little the portable, like a little trailer. You know what I'm saying? The trailers they set up for over, in the back or whatever for extra classrooms.
The portables. That's what they call them.
And we're like, what are we doing here? And they're like, well, there's an asbestos problem. So we think there might be an asbestos issue inside the building. So y'all got to come out here. We were out there for like maybe an hour. And then they're like, okay, yeah, go back to class. Like, straight up. Like, so this building is literally built with asbestos. The whole fucking building. It's an old building. And they're like, yeah, we've had it tested. It's within the allowable levels, blah, 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 blah. You can go back to levels. Yeah. I was like, dude, you're talking about asbestos, motherfucker. Are you joking?
Right. Okay, so look, now
this put us on lockdown for 12 hours and take our fucking blood and all that shit, dude. Like, yeah.
No. Now, see, I will tell you this. There's one thing that happens, and you can take my word for it. You can call it bullshit if you want to. You can say it's a conspiracy, but I put it on my son. I know what I went through. When I was in junior high here in Las Vegas, I went to a school called Lead Middle School, and our teacher would have been. No. This would have been at Cadwalader. This was actually at the same fucking school that this happened at, because I went there my last year for 8th grade. So yeah, it would have actually been at the same junior high that shit happened at with the Mercury. So we had a teacher who was a choir teacher who just so happened to work for the CIA, where he was an ex-CIA. He used to work for them. He was an old cat. He's probably like maybe 65, 66 years old. But that's what he did growing up. He retired. And they started a program where they would pick certain troubled youth. And at the time, I had been taken to court several times by the school district to try to put me into juvenile detention and all these different things. And I always fought it. I shit you not, I have a picture of me 16 years old in a fucking 3-piece suit going in front of a judge, and they actually thought I was somebody's fucking attorney. I shit you. And they asked me who I was representing, and I said myself, and they didn't understand what I meant. It was actually really funny. It was actually probably one of my proudest moments in my life. But anyways, it was beside the point. So this teacher, he was a choir teacher who started a program who they would pick certain kids, anyone that got lots of issues, fights, stuff like that. They put us all in this one room. There was about 13 of us. And we learned about anything and everything you could think of about drugs. And I mean it. I mean, we had full access to them. He would show them in class. I knew what weed smelled like in junior high before I ever used it. Which is kind of funny. I mean, it wasn't much longer after that class that I started smoking. Shit,
who has the marijuana now? Okay.
Yeah, I know. Kind of. It always every time I'd see that, it made me think of that class. I shit you not. Still to this day. But I remember we went through the class. He taught us. We learned measurements. We learned how products were made. I know how to make crack cocaine. I know how to make crystal meth, heroin. You name it, I could probably make it. Simply because they taught us in this class. They taught us how to sell it. They taught us weight measurements, how they did sting operations, drug bust, you name it. We learned about the biggest drug dealers, drug lords, runners from Pablo Escobar's. I mean, literally, it was pretty. It was a fun class.
Was that county jail?
Yeah, I know, right?
They taught you how to manufacture and distribute drugs.
Yes, in junior high school.
Caught.
Yes. And I shit you not. And I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? This class was considered an elect or what do they call it? I forget what they call it. It starts with a C. It's something they use when basically if you didn't get any other good electives, you didn't get any of the class you wanted, they'd stick you in a room with a bunch of people and you do random shit. It's what they do here in Vegas. So this class basically was just that. It was just a bunch of troubled kids that got into shit that couldn't, be in certain rooms with other people. They stuck us all in this one room. And the majority of everybody in that room, only 3 of those people I became friends with right out of high school. One dude, Adam, he was the biggest coke dealer on this side of town. Another guy named Pete was a fucking super heroin addict, but he also sold it. And at the time, I sold weed, and I was good at it. And I'm going to tell you right now, never got busted. The whole time I was dealing with that stupid shit, I avoided every bad situation. I know multiple people that had it happen to. And I swear to God, there was times where I thought I was going to get busted, and then all of a sudden, they run my name or whatever, and then I was good to go. Now, my friend has a theory, because I told you he's into super conspiracies, and he's autistic, so he really gets in these fucking crazy mindsets. He thinks that my name is in some kind of government database, that if I get ran for this, immediately they just let me go because I'm government taught. And now I believe that the government does have to have a certain amount of people who do these things to keep other jobs active. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you sit there and you think about it enough, I've done it. I've talked with him enough, and he's convinced me a few times where I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know. But this is really what I was taught in school. This is public education, and it's real shit. This is something that really happened, and I believe that they did it to. I wanted to. It was like it had to be a study to see us, to watch us as we grow up and see as we go through our ages. If the influences at that age was able to make an impact, and I will damn shell. I believe it did. Absolutely. I know more scenarios and situations to avoid because I was taught this when I was a kid. I mean, I thought it was so funny how many people were busted over things that they simply could have just avoided, but we were taught this shit. And to me, I was into that kind of shit, man, like the whole Scarface mentality and all that shit, But it was, to me, I feel like it was almost like brainwashing in a sense, But I mean, imagine that. I mean, that's people. They have to have bad guys, dude, good guys.
I'd say about 80%, and that's that's a nice estimate. I'd say about 80% is brainwashed.
Vario said, Kaiser, I think you got too high this morning. What's in your weed today?
Smoking that fucking purple monkey.
Oh, that's
some of that crack cocaine his teacher taught him how to make.
I know, right? No, I shit you not. Like I said, some people may believe it. Some people think it may be bullshit. I am not. Yeah. This is what I was taught in school.
Kaiser works for the government. Dad is Illuminati. Yeah, I fucking. That's why I wear this mystical. That's why I wear this mystical universal fucking galaxy bandana, dude. Like.
My school, my junior high and high school, our school was so small that our electives were shitty, and so the only way out of electives was if you took band, you only had to take four curriculums. So I played band and stuff to get out of those elective classes, and at first I thought I would hate it. I ended up really developing a passion for music. I played jazz for a while and stuff. I kind of got out of it.
What instrument do you play? The skin flute?
Chosen one.
I don't know. I don't play no skin flute, but my wife's a master. I play the trumpet.
Oh, you play the trumpet? Awesome. yeah. I didn't hear that first part, but you play the trumpet.
I had to mute my mic because of George. I'm dying over here right now. Dude, he said, "No, my wife's a master of it."
Everybody out there in the chat and on the panel, your goal is to make Kazar laugh when he's taking a drink of something or taking a rip. Like, that is the ultimate goal.
I had to use my instrument as a defense weapon. Wait, which instrument? If you're talking about your skin flute, bro, I don't want to know about this. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Hold on. That might be an entertaining story. If you had to use your dick as a defense weapon, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. I got to a fight right off the bus stop because there was this dude. He always was talking shit to me, but to be honest, it didn't matter to me. He was smaller than me and shit. But my stepmom did
somewhere in here. There's a dick coming in because we're talking about a dick fight, and somewhere in here, this is about. I'm waiting for the dick to come out.
No. My
stepmom waiting for dicks to come out. What's that saying?
My stepmom literally said, if you don't go whoop this kid's ass, when you come home, you're getting an ass whooping. So I get off the bus stop the next day. She's literally waiting at my bus stop in her Durango. Say, you know what to do, son. So I had to start fighting this. He was my age, but he's small. So I started fighting this kid. Then someone else wants to fight me. So I just had my trumpet case. I just smacked the motherfucker right at the forehead with the trumpet case.
Damn.
That's all the motherfucker needed. He was done. So, and then I just walked home.
What's up, Sunday Slash? Good morning, man. Fucking happy Friday in Vegas right now. It's cold as fuck out here. It's cold right now.
It's cold everywhere, I think. We got a little sweet slush on the ground, but after the show, I might salt the ground. But I mean, I don't think it's bad enough that I have to do all that bullshit.
All right, so I just want to touch bases on this. So in Mount Holly, North Carolina, there's a gentleman who's extremely fucking happy. He lost his wallet with about $4,000+ in it. Now, first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, why is the homie walking around with $4,000 in his wallet? Not smart to begin with. Two, this I know it's because I'm not in Cali. I need to be in Cali. It's warm. It's nice in Cali right now. And then again, even if it's freezing in Cali, I can still just I can go surf. I can go to the ocean. I can go just chill on the beach. It doesn't fucking matter, even if it is cold. Shit. And literally chill on the beach. No, but so this guy lost all this money right in his wallet, and some random stranger found his wallet, went to his address, and returned it. Now, this person was not wealthy. They did not have money. They were actually extremely financially, challenged, and they returned all of his money. I'm like, bro, that's fucking awesome because that shit doesn't fucking happen. You want to go to band camp? He wants to go to your band camp. Shit. No, but I thought that was a pretty interesting thing to touch on because I want to tell people, you know what, if you find something, you never know where someone's coming from. Even if they have a large amount of money at that moment, it might be, to go pay for something medical that's going to cost that whole chunk of money to save a life. You don't fucking know whose money or what it is you're taking. So if you find something, try not to be a thief. Try to be an honest person if you can be, and return it.
What up, big ass?
You really don't know what it might be for somebody, and you don't know what it could be for you in the long run. That karma will come back to you. So I always try to return shit if you find it. And I mean, I've found multiple times wallets, purses, and shit, but I did loss prevention, so I used to find shit like that in stores all the time.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I'm struggling. I'm always on the struggle. The struggle is very real for Daddy Dank Nugs. Daddy Dank Nugs found a wallet, and it had like $4,000 in it, and ID and credit cards and all that shit. Sorry, homie, you're getting taxed. I'm taking you cash. But I'm gonna give you back I'm gonna give you back your credit cards and your ID and all that other shit. I ain't gonna try to steal your identity.
He said, "I'm keeping the butt today."
Don't lose your fucking wallet.
Now,
I'm not gonna lie. This is what I would do. That much, like I've actually found lower amounts. Between 50 to 200ish. I've always gave it all back. If I find $4,000, I'm gonna bring it right back to you personally, and count it out. And when I hit that, here's $4,000, like 15%, cause simple 15%.
See, exactly. Hey, and exactly, Riot Coach just hit it right there. Karma will always get you. All right, now look, Kazar wasn't a shitty person, but I did do some shitty things. All right, I had to survive in Vegas, and I'm a hustler. It's what I did my whole life here. I broke my back in probably the most mysterious, magical fucking way possible. Okay.
Damn, you think that was karma?
It was a giant wake-up call from the universe saying, yo, the fuck you doing, bro? And I had to say, okay, I got you. I see you. So that's why if y'all didn't know, I'm deep now. I try to help people in the most mind perspective way to help them change the tiniest little detail of their life. If it makes it better, I'll do whatever the fuck I can to do that for somebody. Because I realized that I did a lot of shitty things in the day and they came back to me. But the whole thing is you can be a shitty person. You can go your whole life being shitty. If you wake up even one day, 2 weeks before you fucking take your last breath and you try to make a difference, your whole fucking world is better. And you become a better person for it. But
my world would be better if I found $4,000 laying on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
What if that $4
Yeah, but
grand
think
was
about
the fucking? What if that $4 grand was somebody's fucking dream, man? Like that money started their business, their whole world. They got their kid back for it, right?
Then
The kid got
Think about this, Kazar.
on the ground.
I'm just saying. Now, I will say they probably should be more responsible with it. They should have cared more, obviously. Maybe
Yo,
the
Daddy,
universe
think, man,
tried
what
them
if-
for a reason. You know
What if you brought this guy's $4 grand back, or this woman's $4 grand back? She turned out to be somebody like,
and that's what I got
you
a
know,
story about.
and next thing you know, that's the person, the connection you need, and she's like, "Well, you're a great person," blah blah blah. And
Muhammad Ali
you,
just
and
went
next
by,
thing you know,
just went by. We didn't read. Did you guys see that? And she went by. She's like, "Look, see, I just watching the video delay again. So I'm telling you." Thought I saw a ghost for a second. No, but so my now here's the fun.
You're right. We didn't read that. Could be, you know, handing in the cheese could be beneficial to me.
Daddy's dream to find 4K.
Man,
it's one of those things you don't know what you're gonna do though. To in the situation, you can sit there and tell someone the right thing to do, but till you're there, you know, it's kind of hard to really know what you're gonna do.
I tell you like this. I'll check out their ID and I'll do a drive by the crib, or I'll Google Earth it. If they live in a bed, fuck you. That's my money. You fucked up. You know, like,
so I've seen somebody lose their wallet and have someone return it to them and give them, you know, they have like $100 and they give them like a 20 because that's all they have. And I watched a lady one time lose her Gucci wallet and it was returned to me as security, and it was like fucking $2 grand in this bitch. And she literally told the lady she literally, this Mexican Hispanic lady returned it, and right, it's this lady immediately. I found her ID and I called her name out, and she, you know, came running, and she immediately in front of this lady. I said, "This lady found your wallet and returned it." And this lady opens her wallet. "Did you take anything, bitch? You better not have fucking taken it. I'll press charges." I mean,
no shit.
I literally looked at this lady and I'm like, I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "You can leave my store if you don't mind." And she goes, "What?" I go, "This lady just returned your wallet to you. She could have threw it in the garbage where it probably belongs." I said, "And you gonna come up out here at her like that?" This lady is just looking at, and this is an old Hispanic lady too. She looked like she was like in her 60s. And she just looked at this lady like, "What the fuck is your problem?" Like, and I felt bad and I apologized to the lady. I said, "I'm very sorry you had to deal with that." You know, and this lady was like, "Well, whatever, thank you." Just turns around and walks out.
See, that's what you could get. That's what you could get. Oh, I was trying to return your $4 grand to you, and you're gonna be a fucking asshole. Now right. I gotta hit you. Now I gotta put you down.
But now,
exactly.
But now you have good vibes in the world and good karma, and that bitch now she has the negative karma. So you know
what's gonna happen to her? Something not so wonderful. I'm gonna tell
what's
you.
up, Muhammad Ali?
Now, right there it is.
No, that's Rocky.
Oh, you just want to dab? She keeps circling like a damn fucking hawk because she wants to dab. Like, just say you want to dab.
That's what my wife does. She'll do the same thing. She's like, I'm like, just say something. I can't hear you. I got big ass headphones on.
Yeah, and today it is official. I put the damn fucking. I got my mic hooked up here now, and I actually went and got the cord I needed for my Astros. So, like, yeah, and these are noise canceling a lot better.
Cuba Steve said could go either way, grateful or ungrateful. So that's exactly why Daddy Nugs would be like, you know what? You know, if this cat's rich, I'm first. If it's in like case Gucci wallet, man, fuck you, Gucci buy motherfucker, man.
Exactly.
It could have been fake.
Okay, if you don't need this, yeah. Fucking yeah,
you could be like my sister, who has always her entire life wanted a Coach bag, right? And I guess it's an expensive purse or whatever. Her whole life always wanted, always. Well, my brother-in-law saved up for the last 6 years to buy her this purse for Christmas. So, at face value, might look like she's some spoiled bitch. Gets whatever she wants when she wants it. In reality, they got 3 kids, could barely pay food or put food on the table, pay their bills or anything.
But why are you spending 6 years savings on a fucking handbag?
Because he saved it.
That's what she wanted.
You spending you bought a Coach handbag.
Put a smile on her face.
He
took his fucking lunch money, man. His lunch money he would normally spend on lunch over the time. Instead of buying lunch, he just don't eat at work, I guess, and took the lunch money and used it for that. I was like, bro, you're stupid. I was like, dude, this is my sister, though. I know this bitch. I'm like, Man, fuck her. I'd have bought her a Walmart purse that'd be fucking happy. Shut up.
Is this your big sister or little sister?
My big sister, obviously, you can tell. She's my little sister now. I tell everybody.
Well, no matter what, it doesn't matter what kind of dad you got. It's guaranteed when you go out somewhere, they're still gonna ask you to hold something or put something in your motherfucking pocket.
Ain't that the goddamn truth?
And you're like, really?
What I want to say though is with finding money, my mom's boyfriend, when I was about 15, she met this guy, and he was a pretty interesting guy. He owned a company, one of the largest hair companies in the world. Found out he was a multi-millionaire. We actually had no idea. My mom didn't even know who the fuck he was, and that's why he liked her, is because everyone else apparently knew him. We had no idea who the fuck this guy was, whatever. Turned out to be a really nice guy, taught me a lot of really good life lessons, showed me how to become a business person as far as networking. He taught me how to speak my mind when you need to, but do it in a professional manner. He taught me really good life lessons and shit. And one of the number one things he taught me or told me about, one of the greatest stories, was a homeless man that he lost his wallet one time. And it was a little over $1,000 in it. This homeless man chased after him for almost like 4 blocks. He said they were just fucking driving, and he left his wallet. The guy just kept going after street, trying to catch up to him, and finally caught him at a red light to give him back his wallet. And Frank, at the time, he owned about 60-something classic cars. He had a whole goddamn warehouse of just classic cars. That was his passion. Now, he didn't have no jobs available or anything. He really did. This man told him, he said he didn't want nothing. Frank tried to give him money, and the guy said, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want it. He said, I'm trying to actually get a job and do something. I don't want to just hand out. And so Frank gave him a job sweeping his fucking car warehouse. The guy now runs half of his fucking division after Frank passed away. And I mean, now this guy's a multimillionaire.
That's
all
crazy.
Because he returned his fucking wallet.
Wallet.
So that mentality has always stayed with me my whole life. So that's why I try to do that. And you never know. You never know when it'll pay off.
Like I'm glad I was snow day because of the day I had yesterday.
But that's like my uncle one time here in Vegas found a duffel bag outside of a fucking grocery store. He was putting carts away, and there was like over 100 grand in it, checks, bonds, all kinds of shit. My fucking grandmother made him so scared someone was gonna murder him and kill him and all this shit. He gave it back to the store. The store took the money, pocketed the money. No one ever claimed it. He didn't get shit from it. The store got 100 grand. The manager got a bonus. I remember that. Because everybody said it was because he gave him that money. He got a bonus.
Okay, well look. Scuba Steve, he said they could either be grateful or ungrateful. My situation, dude, like seriously, my situation, if I found a wallet with 4 grand in it, dude, I'm sorry, but dude, 4 grand could change my life right now. Like beyond what most people can understand.
Yeah.
Only, and that's just 4 grand. If I were to give it back to them, and they were like, "Did you take anything?" If they were being a dick,
I might rob them.
Yes, I might
rob your ass.
Fucking put hands on them, like, dude. Are you kidding me? I might knock them out. I might end up robbing them, and then that's a charge. So I'm just gonna keep that shit. I'm gonna make my life better, and when I get it back, you know what I'm saying? I'll give it back to them. I'll be like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry. I found your shit however long ago. I used it, but here,
I've never been up 4 grand though.
I've never came across 4 grand, so I couldn't tell you. I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna fucking give this shit back because that's 4 grand, bro.
That would pay off all of my court costs and probation fees and then some.
See? Yeah, dude. I understand. There's a mentality, and it depends on what scenario, situations, decision, all that. Which is pretty interesting when you think about it like that.
Well, see, Tim says only take 50%. You can't do that because then they're going to be like, so you're going to tell me that you found this. I had 4 grand in here, and you're going to tell me you found it, and there was only 2 grand in there.
Yeah,
they know that it's either all or nothing. You can't do that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you could take the money, and that's all fine and everything. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we live in a world of technology. And this happened to somebody I know, and he's in jail right now. He's been in jail for the last 1.5 years. He got 3.5 years because he found a purse, and there was like $600-700 in it, man. It wasn't even like a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot of money, but not a lot. But it was enough to be considered grand theft. And apparently the purse had a tracker in it because apparently that's the age we live in now. People got trackers in their purses. So keep remembering that, guys. So
Scuba Steve said he found unsigned deeds during a renovation. It turned out to be
read that.
Now that's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to somebody. That's different because that was found on their property. You know what no. That's definitely
someone's land. That's a bit different.
Yes.
No, but anyway, this guy, they came to his house. The police went to his house. They immediately asked if he had found this. Of course, in immediate shock, he had, of course, denied it. He was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Well, all they did was ping it to the location. It was in his house. They immediately arrested him. It was enough cause for a warrant. They immediately, once they handcuffed him, he told him he had the purse he had found on the strip and whatever. But he got arrested and he got charged with it and everything. And he's in jail for grand theft. And I'm like, wow, that's nuts. So you might take that $4,000 and all your troubles are all amazing, except you walk down to the courthouse and realize that wallet was reported stolen or some crazy shit.
Well, I'm not, dude. I'm a fucking dude. Hey, man, look, like I said, I'll take the fucking money and I'll give the wallet back. I'll mail it to him. I'll fucking do what I got to do to make sure there's no trade. I'll wipe the fingerprint. Dude, I'm not fucking stupid.
Thank you.
I'll get back to him, but hey, man, your money's mine now.
You asked who pays $4,000 a month for rent? Go to New York. That's common. I have a friend who lives out there. He lives in Buffalo, and he pays like $3,200 for a fucking flat with 3 other people.
I've always felt a certain type of way because I actually left my wallet, and I wouldn't call him a friend. We were just teammates on the basketball team in high school. He gave me a ride home. I left my wallet in his car. This dude, I ended up fighting him and getting in trouble because the next day I was like, "Yo, I left my wallet in your car." I said, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "Where's that?" He said, "I took the money out and threw your wallet out the window."
Oh, we be scrapping, homie. I'm gonna fuck you up for that.
Yeah.
Everybody is picking.
What?
Like, you're all picking instant, like fucking Starscream. She's like, I'm gonna hide my purse. I'm like, dude, Daddy Dang knows it's not gonna fucking rob you. Okay? Like, if you leave your wallet in my car and I find I'm gonna call you and be like, hey, dumbass, you missing something?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna fucking rob you.
My dealer, back in the day, before I broke my back and went medical and all that shit, right? When my homie used to come through, he would get so fucked up all the time off of like one dab. He left a pound one time sitting on my counter and never called me. He never even knew what happened to him. I didn't even know he left. I didn't even come back out to the fucking studio until like 2 days later. We went somewhere and we were out of town. I came back and there's just a pound just sitting on my counter. And I'm like, okay, where the fuck did that come from? I didn't mind. I didn't buy a pound. What the fuck? And I'm thinking, I'm like, wait. My homie was here. He had a pound with him. I'm like, dude, this motherfucker left this shit and never even realized he forgot a pound. And I could have kept that shit, but I was like, nope. I called him. He's like, what's up, man? You need some shit? I was like, nah, man, I got a pound. He's like, shit, what are you calling me for? I was like, it's yours. He's like, what? I was like, bro, you left a pound at my house last time you were here. And he's like, I thought I had more fucking weed, man. And I'm like, oh my God. This is what happens when they got it like that. But I mean, this and he. You know what he gave me? Do you know what he gave me? He hooked it up. He gave me a fucking eighth. I was like, bro, you gonna give me an eighth?
Yo,
I was like, you're funny, dude.
This is off topic. Why the fuck is rent for one bedroom apartment $4K, Ryo? And to go back even further to Royon's comment, where was Johnny Blaze? He said, did the missus? What did he say? But yeah, that's pretty much what I think happened.
Lost my wallet on the beach. Man, I've lost so much shit on the beach. I don't even try to find it. I lose something on the beach, I just live or whatever. It's gone. There's some thievy ass motherfuckers on the beach, man. Don't even play. Like, I ain't even joking. These motherfuckers will steal your shit so quick. Fucking beach thief motherfuckers. That's why I always tell people, man, you got to normally have somebody kicking in on the beach the whole time just in case. I've seen people try to steal my ice chest before. And, like, I got a big-ass Kazar spray painted on the top of my shit. Like, I shit you not. It's a big-ass ice chest. And I had someone try to steal that shit before. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And they're like, huh? Oh, what do you mean? And I'm like, dude, that's my fucking ice chest. And they're like, no, it's not. This is my ice chest. I'm like, dude, my fucking name is spray painted on the top of it. What do you mean your name? That's the brand. Kazar is inked literally right here on my fucking wrist.
Yeah, I've seen videos like people like at beaches, like these cats, these ladies were breaking down this, you know, those big ass tents that you can set up outside, you know, like for picnic
like
areas.
Shade structures, yeah.
Yeah, shade. There you go, perfect. They're breaking it down. Homeboy turns on his camera and he comes back. They're like, they're stealing it. And he turns on his camera. He's like, yo, that's mine. What are you doing? She's like, no, it's not. It's ours. Like, no. You're trying to steal my shit, you know, like explain yourselves.
I think I saw they're like older ladies.
Yeah.
See, and they're the people you would never fucking think of. Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got confused.
Oh yeah, in Redwood City, hell yeah, that's crazy prices out there though. And that's nothing. That's nothing in Cali. There's way more expensive shit than $4K a month. That's nothing.
Yeah, but for one bedroom, bro.
Over a one bedroom,
much money on rent. Dude, I'm sorry, you're a dumbass. If you're spending $4K on rent a month, that's almost 50 grand a year. Why not buy a house?
Wait, stop. I gotta interject immediately. Where the fuck do you see a house for 50 grand?
Well, dude, you don't buy it all out with 50 grand, dude. You pay off a house over 20 years. You pay your 50 grand of. Are you?
I know. With the way you said, you're like, buy a house. Okay, so there really is places in the United States you actually could buy a fucking house for 50 grand. Like, no joke.
But see, houses are like rent. You have to make payments on houses, but those are payments towards ownership. You know what I'm saying? And even if you. And dude, like your payments wouldn't be no $4,000 a month on a house. Yeah, that's fucking retarded.
I don't know. It depends.
It's different, you know what I'm saying?
It depends, man. Exactly. Everybody's different. Everybody's state of mind is different. Their income is different. And you got to understand, if you live your life and you know that every month you got to pay $4 grand, well, you're going to make sure that you got a job that gives you at least $4 grand. I'm just saying.
Well, that's just for your rent.
Exactly.
What about power? What about everything else?
Exactly.
You know, that's another couple grand, dude.
Exactly. You know, so basically, you put that in your universe that's what you have to have. You're always going to have a more expenditured life, and this is actually what I think the philosophy behind that is. You keep the same fucking wealthier people with the same wealthy mindset. They keep that wealthy mentality.
You can buy a house in Detroit for $1. Yeah, which gang are you going to fight for it?
Actually, you probably can. That's not a joke. You probably can buy a house in Detroit, and I'm not going to buy it. You know what?
I don't want to live there.
As an entrepreneur, I would gladly take $100,000, go through Detroit, buy 10 houses for 10 grand or $5 grand, fix them up with the other $5 grand, and rent them out for fucking like $100 a month. Just so motherfuckers could have a house. That's what
That is one thing that drives me insane is driving down the street and seeing abandoned houses and properties and shit. That makes me so mad. I'm like, dude.
We got homeless in Vegas. Like
mainstream society.
There's more houses that are abandoned in Vegas. They're foreclosed on and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of homeless out here in Colorado.
Yeah, and nobody fucking lives in them, but yet there's so many homeless people. They're literally just around the corner, a bunch of squatters were fucking cooking meth in it and burned the house down. And I'm like, and I live in a nice neighborhood. I'm like, cool, we got squatters over here now. Nice.
Well, in Denver, there's tiny homes for the homeless. There's like a village of them. There's like 18 or 20 of them. And they had to, like, somebody was complaining, like residents of some neighborhood or businesses or whatever were complaining about it. And they had to move them like 200 feet, and it cost like fucking $10,000 to do so. Like,
yep,
it was fucking ridiculous. Like, the way that the homeless people are treated in this country is like fucked up. We need to figure out something.
Absolutely. I see Royo Cohn's made a really good statement right there. If you would have bought a house in the Bay Area 30 years ago, it turned into a fucking cash cow. There's a lot of places like that. Even here in Vegas, there's locations that used to be nothing, and now all of a sudden to even get rent at a fucking just at the shops, because I've been looking for the glass shop, they want like fucking $6-7 grand a month just because of the location, when literally 10 years ago it was nothing. The land was like fucking $2-3 grand an acre.
See, that's happening out here in Colorado, man. Like, rent is outrageous. Like, house is outrageous. But the problem is, once it goes federally legal, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, 10 years or less, Aaron fucking T, Daddy Dank Nugs, signed, sealed, and approved.
Yeah, no.
These houses that they bought for $500,000 are not going to be worth no $500,000 anymore. Because, like, everybody's got to go back to
the
wherever it
market
is.
will adjust again.
Yeah, the market will change around and it'll find a way to fluctuate till it hits its own, balance. Now, I will say this. A lot of people are weary and worry about what's going to happen in our future in America, where we're going to be in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Is America still going to exist in 15, 20 years? Well, yes, it will. I guarantee we still exist in 20 years. I guarantee we still exist in 50 years, 100 years.
Unless the
we're
world
not going to go nowhere, okay? Unless the world ends, I don't see America going anywhere.
Yeah, right? No, fuck no.
Do we have a lot to change in this country? Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of changes. I say in the next 5 years alone, there's going to be dramatic changes in our government, dramatic changes in our media, the way we view media. I mean, right now, the 90% of the stories that go on air, nobody believes already. So just imagine, right? Now, what's going to happen? This is my future prediction, and maybe this will come true. And I tend to find myself as a clairvoyant on some things. I see very much so that we're going to come to a standing in our society that money is going to become obsolete. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies is already kind of trying to challenge our normal, society's economic value in the way we view it right now. What I believe is we're going to come into a understanding of our skill set. Our skill set is what's going to be allowed for where we live and what we get and everything is be on our skills and ability. Because we're coming to a point where everything can be fabricated on hand immediately. We're getting to a day and age where everything is instant gratification. We're going to find ourselves with, like Star Trek, where you go and you just push a button, you replicate whatever the fuck you want. And once that happens, right, once we get into that quantum, breakdown where they're using just atoms to create whatever because they can, and we'll get to
the first step are these 3D printers, I think.
Yeah, and what's going to fucking happen? Exactly, 3D printing. They now have food 3D printing. I just saw the other day, which I thought was really cool because that is literally the start of the Star Trek replicator shit. It's the 3D print anything edible now.
Oh, dude, here's a fun fact. It's gross, but it's still a fun fact. A Chinese scientist, and this was several years ago, figured out a way to turn human feces back into food.
See? And that's going to be a actual reliable substance for starvation, And this is gonna be an actual thing, and people don't understand it. The majority of the masses won't understand it. They won't know that the food you're replicating is being made by just random living organisms. You don't even know what meat you're eating anymore. It just tastes like chicken, tastes like cow, tastes like whatever. But you know what? The masses won't know it. The majority of people won't understand how it works, and that's just how it'll go on. But once you no longer need currency to pay for your food, because that is the initial survival of currency, is to purchase food and shelter. We'll get to an understanding, I believe, where intellect will be more important. The more intelligent you are, the bigger you can offer society, the more important you'll be as a person. The president won't be someone you voted for. It'll be somebody who can change the world. That's what I see that's what I foresee happening. But cheers.
No, I'm doing a death. I can't smoke flower to that. I'm about to do that.
When I win the 2020 election, things are going to change. Vote for me. Dank Nugs for president.
He totally looked like fucking Nixon when he did that. I'm not a crook.
That's only half true. Yeah, I got him. Yeah.
Fuck you. Oh, that burned.
That's what I'm talking about, people. That's what we got to do.
It fucking made me drool on my fucking desk, man. What the fuck? God damn it. Oh, mother.
But yeah, dude, that's why I think I would be a great president, is because, like, when was the last person who was the fucking president? You know what I'm saying? There's not, like, all these presidents that we've had, have been people of, like, dude, like, what the fuck do you know? Like, they've always had money. They don't know the struggle. Like, what the fuck do you know about being a citizen, man? You're part of the 1%. You don't know shit. Let me see your hands. When was the last time you did some work? Like.
That's why so many people are like rallying around Oprah, and they want Oprah to run for president, because she's been poor, she's been rich, she's been fat, she's been skinny. She's not only a woman, she's also black. She literally can come from almost every walk of life in one person, which is pretty fucking cool, because there's not a lot of people that really do.
I saw a meme that said, I saw a meme that was Oprah was running for president, and somebody had photoshopped Donald Trump's face onto the Willy Wonka thing, and it was like, so what? Free cars for everybody?
Hey, bro. If she's like, all right, look in your garages, and I'm like, hey, my studio's in here. You can't put a car in here, bitch.
No, I was about to say let a little ally of some countries piss her off though. You get a nuke. You get a nuke. You get a nuke. Everybody gets nukes. Oh shit!
What? You think our current president wouldn't do that? She.
No, he never had the catchy slogan though.
Man, that's
well. See, my slogan is going to be "Let's take America back."
Take America back. Look, there's the Nixon thing again. He's the reincarnated Nixon, guys.
What? You want me to be like that? Like we're taking
that is your thing. That is your thing. Make America fucking dank again, motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
I just feel like though the very first thing would not be the full legalization of weed. He'd be like so gung ho with like all these other great things and shit. He'd totally forget to legalize pot.
No, that would happen.
Like, oh wait, my bad, guys. I forgot. Legal weed.
People wouldn't understand the dank nugs administration at first. They would think that I'm acting not in their best interest. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Congress, the House, all the people who make the decisions, and it's going to be you're either with me or you're against me. Yep. You know, like you can call that a dictatorship, you can call it or whatever you want to fucking call it. But hey, man, like you guys are the problem. There's no terms for those cats. They decide. Some of them make more money than the fucking president. How is that possible?
Look, no. That's true. There's a lot of people
I'm shutting all that shit down. Yeah.
One thing I'll say right now is that my whole life growing up as a kid, people used to always ask me what I was gonna do with my life, what I was gonna do when I grow up. I always told people I was gonna run Cuba. Like, why are you gonna run Cuba? I'm like, because I can literally do whatever the fuck I want from Cuba, and I'm gonna run Cuba. It's a paradise anyways. Why the fuck not? Put some organization and structure into that bitch.
You know what, Kazar? When I take over, we'll make that happen. We'll make that happen.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Like people said that. Somebody said that the other day. They're like, Kazar for president. The whole thing I'm thinking is like, nah, I'll just take over Cuba. It's cool.
Yeah, well, dang,
why you keep America, bro.
Yeah, I'll use my strength
America,
Cuba.
But I'm taking Cuba.
Yeah. We'll get it. Don't worry.
Nobody does enough with Cuba. Okay, that's the issue here. People give too much control to Cuba.
See,
got some little federale looking motherfuckers, but
I was
go in there with like 10,000 strong, dude. You just wipe out. You're done. Bye.
I would just go to my reservation, take over, and since it's a sovereign nation from American Unions, I just be like, fuck it, this is my safe haven now.
Hey, well, they actually said that California, there's a lot of people who said that if the federal government starts these raids in California, that the state is looking at seceding away. If California secedes from the government and becomes their own country, they have enough people to do it. They can do it. Texas will do the same thing because they actually are big enough to be their own damn country and have the population and the military presence to back it up.
Well,
they could be their own.
LA has enough manufacturing that they could sustain California as its own country, just the city of LA alone. I read an article about this last year.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling good. He took the day off today. Ryo comes his ass.
Yeah, I was just typing that out. I still don't feel 100%. Like, even with my respirator on, I still don't feel like I would be able to do my job. Like I don't like half-ass and shit. Like, if I can't go full throttle, you know, and be a contribution, I'd be more in the way than I would be helpful. So
I feel it. No, but one thing I want to say is 8:18. Thank you everybody for joining us this morning. I want to tell each and every one of you guys this has been an amazing adventure. Today's the 25th fucking episode, guys. This is crazy. This is the season finale of the first season.
I'm glad I got to be here for the finale.
I know. I'm so glad you're fucking here. Everything it was supposed to be. It was fate, you know. Unfortunately, Johnny is still not with us. I still have not got any information. I still am trying to reach out to him, but hoping all is well with him. Hopefully,
has he read it? Has you got any red notifications on it?
Nothing. He hasn't even looked at it. So
I think the wife drained all his mana and life energy.
That is possible. You never know. The wives have that power sometimes. Exactly. See?
Man, maybe he's just having an off day, man. It happens to the best of us, dude. Shit.
We're holding it down for you, brother.
Yeah. You know what? Let's take it down for Johnny.
My buddy just sent me this shit right now. He just got done doing this art piece. This is the guy that did the Joker.
Nice.
He just sent this.
Ooh, who sent me? Somebody tagged me in a. Somebody tagged me in a Rick and Morty tattoo.
Bro, tell me why I'm about to hit him up to do a fucking Rick and Morty tattoo.
Dude, no. This it was Rick, and it was just like a portrait of Rick, and I shit you not, it was like almost real life. Like it was vicious, dude.
I just started Rick and Morty last night, so you guys kept talking about it.
Well, as you can see, my buddy's really good when it comes to the photorealism for cartoon. He gets very, 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 very in depth with it. And this is all freehand.
Dabbing for Johnny Blaze.
This is his very first watercolor too. Like I let him do. He's never done a watercolor tattoo before or anything, and I was like, "Well, that's what I wanted." And he's like, "Well, fuck it, let's try it." I was like, "All right, fuck it, why not?" And I love it. It's like my favorite fucking tattoo. I love this shit.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say about those watercolor tattoos. I like them, but they just won't go with any of my tattoos that I got or plan on getting.
Yeah,
so.
me neither.
Well, wait, are you like sleeved on both, like enough to where you couldn't start a new patch? Like, see, I divided my shit up. I got 4 sections: the forearm, upper arms, up for the chest, back, shoulder, shit like that.
All right, we're gonna go in on this dab of Reclaim and hash oil from a cartridge from my boy Johnny Blaze, who couldn't be here with us today. Hope you guys are smoking with us good and loud. Happy smoking, motherfuckers.
I gotta get another banger so I can put the fucking email on here. Reached out to the fam over at 420life.com trying to get some of that in.
Oh yeah,
Big Boss made his own vacation.
I reached out to them, let them know that how well I like the product, how well it's been going on the show, and then I let them know what happened with the incident last night, and I told them that I was gonna have to wait till I got a new one for the review video, but I'd get one in a few days when I had the funds. They said, well, just reach out to the big man tomorrow. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yep. I already got a fucking I got a meeting.
What incident?
Too. He dropped his ozone and broke the glass, bro.
Oh. Yeah. Why didn't you drop the ozone?
That's why I want to I reached out to Dr. Dabber. I still haven't heard anything back from him. They probably ain't even gonna fuck with me. But I really, really, really want to work with a company to make the ultimate fucking vaping, like just because I don't feel that the fucking concentrate vaping world is where it should be in comparison with this vaping. So, and I'm sorry that your girl hates you for watching Rick and Morty there, Randy. That just doesn't make any sense, Morty. I mean, it's infinite TV, Morty, from all over the universe. But yeah,
I love those episodes, and when they didn't do it in number 3, I was so pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
Hey, no season 3. Shut up on season 3.
Wait, there's 3 seasons? I'm only on the first season.
Spoil season 3 and I'll
They're already working on season 4. What do you mean, man? Or they're about to air season 4.
It's not on Hulu yet, so I can't watch it yet.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, why is it not on Hulu? It's been out for a fucking minute already, dude. What the fuck?
All of season 3 is out. Then why isn't it on fucking Hulu?
That's what I said.
If I'm paying money, God damn it, I want my show.
I thought Hulu was supposed to give it to us the very next day, like they always used to. Now it's like, oh, we'll give it to you like Netflix when the next season starts. Like, fuck you, man. Charge me $1 more, I get less shows. Like, what the hell?
No, dude. See,
right.
Netflix just went up another $1 too, just in case if people didn't realize that.
We need to start our own network, man.
Well, I mean, going up $1. I mean, yeah,
dude,
it does.
When I first started Netflix, it was $7.99 when I started.
Dude, this one chick was asking me on this fucking dating app. She's like, "You got cable?" I'm like, "Cable's for rich people. What are you talking about? I got Netflix and Hulu, and that's less than $20. what the fuck do I need cable for?" And besides, y'all see my DVDs back there. Shit, I don't need no fucking cable.
Right. I don't know. There's It broke her mind. I just looked over at Randy's comment. It broke her mind. I love it. Hey, look.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I tried watching Rick and Morty when it first came out, I stopped after the first episode because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I thought it was actually supposed to be like a kid show. So I was like, they make these for kids? I was like, hold on. Ooh. I just stopped watching.
My 4-year-old niece watches it because my brother falls asleep with it on all the time. And she talks about it. And I'm like, she does not need to be watching that show.
No.
Yeah. Not even close. That shit touch bases on some dark shit, man. It'll change your perspective of life.
And some foul language.
You're 4-year-old and your mind's still developing, and that's what you like. Oh
shit, man. She might fuck around and open and make a damn portal gun. So hey, you know, whatever. I'm cool with it. Gonna start a movie company.
What's she freaking out about?
Fire starting a movie company called Next Flick. You might run into some issues.
Next Flicks.
Oh man, your house is haunted. I just saw a ghost again.
Yeah. It's that ghost be hovering trying to fucking just get scrap dabs here and there.
Is that what happened to your rig? The ghost knocked your rig out of your hand?
No, it's
yeah.
Bajillion cats.
The ghost was trying to get scrap dabs and knock the ozone.
Bro, you need to get her a heated blanket, man. She looks frozen, okay?
If you cold.
She literally was just like... She looks like a monk walking around.
Oh, fucking inmate, dude. I've seen a lot of inmate female prison documentaries where their fucking hoodies look like that.
He's got the he's got the machete, he's got the ghost. It's cool.
Yeah, every now and again the ghost gets out. So I keep this thing over there. Just make sure the ghost stays on.
What in the actual fuck? Oh, really?
Oh, what's going on, Dank? What happened?
I don't know. Just ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness. Uh-oh.
That's a TV show.
I was just going to say that. I was just
going to
say
have cable.
That's a TV show.
Well, when goddamn, back before we moved out to Colorado in 2014, we stayed at my parents' house for like a month or two because our lease was up in our apartment, and we knew we were moving. So why waste money on an apartment for 2 months, whatever? So, yeah, they had cable there, of course. And yeah, I love ridiculousness. I love the fucking when people scorpion. I love the scorpion. I love the lawn chair. Ghost holes. I love ghost holes. That shit's fucking hilarious.
I can't watch that show. One, there's 2 reasons I can't watch that show.
What up, Nicky Nugs?
Okay, one, I'm a huge Taj.0 fan, and I was a diehard Taj fan long before fucking Ridiculous ever started. So one, I can't trade on my show. Taj is fucking hilarious. Dana Taj literally is the defining, comedian between gay, homosexual, reality, transsexuals. I mean, you name it. Yet nobody knows whether he's gay or straight or not, and he won't tell nobody, which is fucking absolutely hilarious. For years now, I love the guy to death. I've actually met him, Daniel Tosh. He's fucking hilarious. He's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, and he had an enjoyment about poking me. I don't know why. Anyways. Maybe because I'm fat. I don't know. The other reason is that I can't watch Meet This on that show. Okay. And for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, that chick off of fucking Ridiculousness. Okay. She is a grown up version of the little boy from fucking Boy Meets World. Okay. No, not the girl. The little boy with the glasses. His name was like
with the feathered back hair.
Yeah, that's her. Look, you know what? I'm gonna have to bring it up.
Chanel West Coast.
Goodness.
Are you talking about Chanel West Coast?
Yeah, I can't stand her face. I can't stand her laugh. Like if I was ever like do a drive-by batting, and when I say that, I mean like where you're driving by and you just like hit someone with a bat out a window, it would be her. I can't stand.
Well, let me beat the brakes off of her first.
Oh my God, I knew it. I knew he liked her. I knew he liked her.
Did you see that TMZ video of her freaking out outside that club?
I'm not in 4th grade. I don't like her, yes or no, maybe. No. Let me get up in them guts, and then you can rearrange your face.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
That's fucking
His show is
funny.
better than a stand-up. I've never seen Tasha's stand-up. Kaz is gonna be upset, but man, I never really fucking liked Tasha's show. I never really.
You don't gotta like him. I know a lot of people that can't get this humor, but I'm gonna tell you right now, motherfucker. Look at this shit. Ready? There you go. There you go. Look at it. He grew up.
Well, I'll just fuck her from
I
behind.
need to make it side by side.
He's never gonna be able to unsee that again, guys.
Nah, I'll just fuck her from behind.
Oh shit.
Oh, I can't see her face if she's fucking,
Get up in them guts.
back of her head.
Man, the first time I saw that, I died. I mean, I literally died. I literally sat on the floor. I was laughing so fucking hard.
Up in the belly, Jamaican style, Randy said.
Yeah, I get all up in that shit. Cheers, guys. And for anybody out there who's got the issue where they can't get up on that, I do apologize. Cheers.
I don't. I regret nothing. I apologize for nothing. I would like to have sexual relations with Chanel Westcott.
Shit. For me, this. Forever, dude. Anytime you see that chick's face now, you're going to see that shit. I'm gonna go. I gotta take another dab. Holy shit! Oh my god! Wow, that was fucking epically funny, guys. Fucking good, great fucking conversation, man. Dank, I'm so glad you were able to be here for fucking Friday, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. Much appreciated.
What the fuck you mean? Thank you? Like you gotta fucking say thank you, dude. You're fucking, this is your shit just as much as it's my shit, man. What the fuck? You need to be up here. I was start yelling at you when you're not up here.
I was doing a solo live and I said we. I was like, we do not condone. I mean, I do not condone, like, because I was still like in the.
You're supposed to be up here. That's why, bro. See?
I hope XM's watching.
Yeah,
Serious, I don't care. Whatever.
I was in the kick of tough with you last night for a minute.
Pay me to fucking do it, and I'll do it.
Oh damn! You got your coffee right there. Yeah.
Yeah. What? You don't have a coffee pot in your room?
I haven't even had a cup of coffee today. The ghost is slacking.
Okay.
I did all of them. Don't look at me. I did.
Good news for some people. David Letterman is back on TV. He is getting his very own Netflix original series. I'm going to take a dab to that as well because I don't even know what to say to that. Man, you can't keep this man down. But you know what? I'm just going to say he better not fuck around and have no damn sex scandal, him and everybody else. Did you see Stan Lee? Dude, they just hit Stan Lee with it. Stan Lee's part of that shit now. He's sexually harassed.
So over all this, it is so easy to point a finger at somebody and accuse them of doing something. And fucking homeboy from that 70s show, Danny Masterson, he's been accused of it. And he actually spoke out on it. And he's like, this is not, he lost his job and he has not been convicted. He has not been charged. Nothing. He's
just ruining the political side of it.
Yeah. So all you do is point a finger and destroy somebody's fucking life and career.
And have no background, no evidence, no nothing. Just simply
what's crazy is
James Franco. Dude, they just hit James Franco too.
Yeah,
you hardly ever get in trouble if you falsely accused. Just like, oh.
All I have to say though is that do you notice there's no men filing charges against women. Yet in reality, like I just talked about last night, when I worked at GameStop, my manager used to talk about fucking all the time. And I mean, she was like a freak and I would just be doing work, laughing, talking, whatever. But literally, I technically should be able to be like, oh my God, I was so traumatized by the conversations of her riding cock that I need to get a lawsuit. Like, man, fuck you, dude. That's the difference.
I think they're just looking for something.
They're looking exactly.
That's just my opinion.
Looking for. Now, I do know
not all of them.
Women out there, there are ladies out there that have been offended, that have been taken advantage of in situations. Mm-hmm. But in the Hollywood industry, if you slept with a celebrity to get a part, I'm sorry, you knew what you were doing. Okay, you didn't get forced into doing shit. Your whole career, your multi-millions of dollars, You have it because you slept with somebody. Get over it. You're a high scale prostitute. Cheers.
Sheesh. That's a rough comment. The fuck?
Yeah, it's
Hashtag your director's a pimp. Shit. Your fucking agent, man.
She meant whores. I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, I thought
he's white. Oh, shit, I just saw that too.
I didn't want to touch on it. I didn't know if it was a mistake because I was like, is it Nikki White? I didn't know.
Goddamn whites.
I don't care. I don't care for any kind of term like that.
White, they took my job. Hey, I lost my job to a white guy before. I'm not even joking. You know what that's like? I was Hispanic. I have a little bit of Spanish in me. I lost my job to a white man. Could I complain about that?
Yeah.
You weren't gonna listen?
I swear sometimes I get hired. I get hired by big corporations sometimes. Oh, he's like, wait, he's American Indian? Get him in here. We need that. We need that diversity.
Tax break. Actually, dude, they get a tax break. A lot of companies get tax breaks if they hire Native American or so. Hey, I gotta ask that. So the new political correct term is what for an Indian? I mean, I have fucking Sioux Indian in me. To me, it's still Indian, Native American. None of that shit is really offensive.
This is what I've heard. Like some people don't like Native American because Native American is like anyone who's native to America. You know.
Well, technically, that's nobody because at any given time, every single person was not here. We all traveled.
And then what I heard people like, I know people that call them First Nation people and indigenous
people.
And then I hear American Indian. Those are the three I hear. You know, I don't really like people to say Indian because I mean, in all reality,
Indian is the terminology that was used for an offense. Yes, absolutely. Now, what's funny is and I don't say funny is funny. I'm saying like funny as in I don't really understand it. Is why we teach that word in school because our whole generation, it's Indian. That's for us. That's just always what it's been. So it is the first thing your mind immediately goes to. You have to, of course, re-educate and train the mind or whatever. Now, I do have to say is that if you can take an offense to any word at any time, that's like me being fat. You could be like, hey, man, you're fat. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm fat. Yeah, but you know what? I like to be fat because that meant I ate 2 cheeseburgers, motherfucker. You
could afford to eat 2 cheeseburgers.
Exactly, bro. The last person that actually got in this conversation with me, he was like, "You're a fat motherfucker," and I was like, "And you're a fucking broke motherfucker." He's like, "What? How does that matter?" I was like, "Because I can go and eat 2 steaks, a fucking baked potato, some fries, motherfucker. I can eat whatever the fuck I want. Get
a milkshake on the way home,
bro. When the waiter comes to my table and he's like, "Hey, are you guys ready for the chicken? Would you possibly like dessert?" I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker. Let me get that dessert menu. Let me get that ramen. Wait, how much is it to add the a la mode? Oh yeah, let's get the a la mode. Motherfucker, you too broke. You don't even know what a la mode is, motherfucker." I've told people, I'm like, "Yo, man, you're just salty. Let me get you a cheeseburger. You be happy. You haven't ate. That's all it is. It's cool. You didn't eat today. It's not your fault, bro. I got you. You want a sausage McMuffin?" My
go-to line has always been and always will be like, "Man, you fat motherfucker." Like every time I fuck your mom, she feeds me a sandwich.
It's not my fault, man.
That's always my fucking go-to line.
Oh shit!
Bitch, make me a sandwich, man. What can I
say? You gotta be able to understand that words are only what you put value into, man. If you think yourself is fat, well then sure, other people can use that against you. Fucking niggas like you didn't eat today. I'm telling you, man. Like that's like the biggest response to people. But that's the thing.
I'm husky.
It's when you're a kid that shit can bother you because nobody has taught you that it doesn't have to.
Fucking fat ass.
I learned, like literally, I learned when I was young. I was like, man, I'm fat, and then I realized fat has weight. Weight, if you understand science, holds momentum. Momentum equals force. So when I punch somebody, it's like getting hit by 10 fucking people at one time because I'm bigger than you. As a kid, oh man! And once I found that out, I was awesome. I had so much fun with it. My favorite thing to do was to grab somebody and literally just like throw them into something because I had enough momentum because my arms were bigger than them. I could throw them. It was like the most fun thing to do as a kid is toss somebody around like a rag doll, dude.
Yeah.
But That's what I tell people, man.
See,
If you
Starscream engine, I don't like that term. Engine, I don't like
that. Is definitely an offense. That's the term that that's like the
that's the derogatory term.
Yeah.
I never looked as Indian as offensive, but when the Native Americans were like, yeah, we don't like being called Indians, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll call you whatever the fuck you want me to call you. Whatever. You know, like, but engine is, oh yeah, that's definitely,
I'm gonna tell you right now. Maybe it's just the Sioux tribe, and every tribe is taught differently, and that is one thing about being any kind of Native American. You're gonna know that. Every tribe has their own sets, their own values, and stuff like that. The stuff that my grandma taught to my dad and stuff was that in the Sioux Nation is very, very warrior mentality. They were one of the most brutal tribes around back in the day. That terminology just is like fire, man. Like you call someone an engine, if they might make the joke about themselves, kind of terminology, just like calling your other, calling the homie a nigga, not gonna be an offensive thing, but if you're an outsider saying it, you might get skinned. Not even joking. Still today, like the Sioux Nation they have a fucking gang that'll fuck you up just because you looked at them wrong.
If anyone knows anything about the different tribes, then you definitely know about you would know about the Apache. The Raiders of the Southwest, they were very known warriors. They invented the guerrilla warfare style. I mean, you can go back. I mean, even there's a lot of military tactics that are adapted from
flanking.
Yeah, from Apache warfare.
Native warfare, going around and taking you by surprise.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Apaches have still to this day, has almost like a
go watch Dances with Wolves,
like a bloodthirst type thing. Like I don't know, like when people say certain stuff to me, like I don't know, my blood literally, I start feeling to get hot type shit.
That is like I said, like I have a friend who's from the fucking Sioux Nation out there in South Dakota, and he fucking his Xbox call name is fucking the little engine that could, and he laughs about it. But if you don't get it right, or you ask him about it and you say it and like then you laugh, he gets pissed. Like he's like, that's my name and that's it. Like I laugh about it. It's my joke. Like, he's like you can't laugh about it. It's my joke, kind of shit. And I get it. I laugh. I tell him all the time, like that shit's so fucking funny. I'm like, you set people up for that shit because they're gonna ask you about what does that mean, and then you tell them, and then they laugh, and then you're like, hey, you can't laugh about it. And he genuinely gets mad too.
I think it would be really cool to be able to sit down with like the oldest Native American that I could find and just talk to him. Like just tell me about, your culture, like tell me, just tell me as much as you want, like I would love to just know more.
Something that's sad, Daddy Dank knows?
This was a fucking CES yesterday, guys. Do you fucking see this? This just popped up on my phone. Those are robot strippers, guys. This just happened. No. That's real. That was real.
I heard about that from someone over Xbox. I didn't know if it was going to be real.
That shit, man. You got some artificial intelligent titties. Some AITIT.
That's tough.
Jesus Christ.
What were you saying, we did?
Oh, damn, I'm so. What the fuck were we just saying?
Old ass Native Americans talking, sitting down.
Oh, yes, thank you. What's really sad is with the way modern American society is they don't really teach about American Indian culture, and what little bit they do, it's really from the wrong perspective, and it's very, very minute details. And to be honest, it's done a lot of damage to cultures. Like my tribe, there's different Apache tribes. My tribe specifically, the last person who fluently spoke our language died in 2004. So our language is now a broken language. People know bits of it, but it will be forever lost now. And the further we get, it will just be more and more broken until the point no one speaks it. And to be honest, our reservation is pretty broken, pretty poor. Our tribe is pretty dysfunctional, but it's just because the way it was set up from back then. But it's just really sad. A lot of people don't even know, like, and in my town, it's so bad. A lot of people don't even know American Indians are still around. They just think I'm Mexican. I walk around and they think I'm Mexican, and it's sad as fuck. Some people think I'm fucking Arab, and it's just like people don't even have the understanding of that American Indians is still a culture and it's still a people, and that this is the land they came from. But it's just one of those sad things, man.
I wouldn't guess Arab with your hair.
No, this was back, no, not anymore. This was back, you know, when I had shorter hair. Well, not braided hair, I would say.
God, my head keeps hurting.
Oh my goodness, guys. So
yeah, it's just sad that the way that our educational system and the entire system that we, you know, call society is going these days, you know, like we didn't reach said, you know, fucking cultures are being lost, you know, like, and that's unacceptable. And the way that they're teaching in school is even more unacceptable. I saw a picture, and this was a couple of years ago. Some middle schooler took a picture of his his new history book. They referred to the slave trade as they didn't call them slaves; they called them migrant workers. And I was like, how are you just gonna censor, like, edit, you're not, they didn't
okay.
What?
one of the most uncommon known facts in the United States amongst everybody is that not all Africans were slaves in America. There were slaves, obviously, and then there were Africans who did actually come here and migrated and worked and got paid. And that's how the whole, you know, slave, you know, recognition came into effect, is that people were saying, well, why are these people in lower states and other places being forced to do it and, you know, trapped and held as slaves, when there's other people from the same communities in another country that came here and they're getting paid and living. Now they all regardless, unfortunately, they were all treated different. And
surprise guest, motherfuckers! Mike from last night just arrived.
What was he doing?
I got ripped off by eBay. I thought I got a smart case, but I only got a cover. I was like, I was wondering why it was so cheap. It's half the product.
Yeah, Mike is relying on technology. Mikey loves this technology.
Hey, it's cool, bro. I love tech. Morpheus over here. It's all good.
See, Starscream, that's one of those things. It's not really easy. You can't just learn a language. It's not a written down language. It's not recorded anywhere. It's a spoken language only. So once the last person who fluently knows it's dead, it's not just easily learned. So that's
what if I think I'm an alien and I think my language is communication through emotional contact? Like I can see somebody and I can see your emotions when I look at somebody.
In colors.
Not colors. Beautiful, vibrant rainbows of all kinds of fucking things. They're not colors. You just can't see them like that. I can see them now. What if that's my language? How do I talk with it? How do I say it? Reality about languages is that simply you should be able to look at somebody and they should be able to look at you, and at one point or another you should have some type of a mental connection and be able to communicate. And they say that this happens, just a pure moment of understanding. You should be able to look at someone hungry and know they're hungry. You should be able to look at someone when they're sad and understand that they're sad and feel that same sadness. Now, maybe not go through the same shit, but you should be able to understand it. That's the one thing that's lost amongst mankind right now, is that we completely have lost that ability to understand and recognize the suffering or happiness in others. We see someone happy, we become envious and jealous instead of being grateful for them and thinking, you know, this is a wonderful thing and let's lift them up more. No, the majority of people are like, oh, that's fucked up. Why did Jim get a new goddamn car? I'm driving this piece of shit car. Fuck Jim. Why? Jim worked hard. Jim saved his money. Jim pays his bills on time. You don't. Why is that Jim's fault? You know, that to me, I see so many people all the time now. They complain about the gains of others around them, and I don't understand that. To me, if I see someone succeed, I just want to lift them up even more. I think it's wonderful to watch someone succeed, even if it's not myself. I don't care. I could suffer for the rest of my life as long as I know that there's other people around me that I watched go from nothing to something. I don't ever have to gain anything, but if I could help to influence them in some way, I win. That's my philosophy. Unfortunately, the majority of people don't think like that anymore. Most people, it's not, if they don't get something out of it, they want nothing to do with it. And that's what's sad. And unfortunately, I feel like it's going to take another few generations, hopefully, to change that. But cheers to it.
So, Mikey brought over some wax. Fucking,
Mikey.
and that what I can't remember what it was. I was watching, but Kazar was talking about, and I think it might have been you, Weed It. somebody was talking about globs and whatnot, and 0.3s are fucking nothing, dude, and like da 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 da. Dude, so what is a glob? A half a gram? A gram?
At least like a 0.4 or bigger is a glob. Anything
That's
bigger
what I
than
think.
like I say anything more than an 8 is a slab. So like if you're dabbing like at least an 1/8, you dab the whole 8, that's a slab. Then now
I've never seen concentrates come by the 8.
I got a slab, you know, and they take like a 0.2 off of it. I love these motherfuckers. Those guys crack me up. Those are my favorite.
I disagree. Like 0.3 is pretty fucking big dab. That's a third of your gram that you just bought. Depending on how much you paid for that gram, Jesus Christ, that's an expensive dab. And it's not classified as a glob.
It's an expensive dab, and it's a big dab. See, that's the thing, like.
I don't know. I mean, I guess when you got an option to do it like that, it's optional.
I'm not like,
but I'm not encouraging it. Don't do it. It's a fucking waste.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's why I've never done more than I have as far as that, like large. That's why I've never done a 2 gram dab, nothing, because like I can't do it because not physically, because mentally it's like the money, how much I'm wasting, like just like I'd rather can't do it
for a minute. But I will not say that I haven't done it. Like I said, my very first dab experience, I took a gram. My buddy dabbed a gram on it and I died. But I'm not somebody who wastes, because I used to bitch about it, and I'm not a hypocrite. So I'm not going to tell you, oh, clear the bong or clear the bowl, and you don't do it. So I fucking just kept trying and trying. I was dying. I ended up puking and all that shit.
Yeah.
But it did not turn me off of concentrates. I just realized that I took a massive fucking hit.
Right.
Yeah,
I can't take a big hit like that again.
I mean, I'm so honestly, there is no need to dab a full gram.
This was my buddy. He was just fucking with me. And like, red hot.
Half gram is the biggest I've done.
What?
A half gram is the biggest I've done, because I just feel like that was even a waste. Anything more, like financially, I just couldn't bring myself to do anything bigger than a half gram so far.
Well, like I said, it wasn't my stuff.
The high is going to be too much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was intense.
It's not going to be like when I get to 100
the dab sweat. That's a real thing.
I've gram dab, and I'm not going to do it until I get to 100,000 subscribers. But I'll do it live so you can see what happens. Yeah, the aftermath, all that shit. It'll all be live.
It wasn't a YouTube thing for me. It wasn't for views. It wasn't for anything like that. It was my first dab ever. At the time, I was smoking around an ounce a day. We were blasting fucking couple pounds every fucking like 6-7 hours. We were blasting, making slabs of shatter all the time. And my buddy, I had never done concentrate, even though yes, I made it. I never used it. I liked my flower. I used to fucking smoke just fucking flower nonstop. And it was only because I didn't really understand the effects of it. And I didn't blast for very long before I did it, obviously. It was maybe like a month into it. My buddy's like, hey man, he's like, we got to get you a dab. He's like, you're smoking way too much fucking flower. He's like, if you're fucking taking some dabs, dude, you'll fucking slow down your flower intake. So I was like, all right, fuck it, let's take a dab. And at the time, all we had was this fucking old school skillet. And dude,
I've never hit off a skillet.
Oh my god, this shit was red. Shit was red hot, like fucking Clifford's fucking asshole red. Okay, oh my god. and I'm not even. I can't see what he's doing on the other side, right? I'm on
Clifford the big red dog.
It's on a big ass fucking bong, right? And I'm still like this fucking, and he just. And I'm fucking, and I'm hitting, and it's filling up the bong, right? And I'm fucking like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay. And I'm taking this shit. My lungs are on fire, dude. I'm fucking sweat dripping off my face. I cleared it. I finished the whole shit, and he told me it was a gram. Dude, I sat there. The whole room started the little fucking spin fill and shit. Like, I felt like I was going to pass the fuck out. Like, I had to sit there with a glass of fucking water. I remember I was splashing water on my face. I ended up throwing up, too. Once I puked, though, everything, fucking all the spinning stopped. Sweat stopped. Everything stopped. I was good, and I was fucking gone, dude. I was so fucking stoned. I literally stared at his fish tank for probably about like 3 hours. I shit you not. And I was supposed to get a tattoo that night. I did not get a tattoo that night. It's safe to say. I was gone. I was fucking Like I don't even remember driving home. Like that's how fucking.
I'm not looking forward to it because if I get to 100,000 subscribers and I have to do this gram dab, I'm not looking forward to it because I know it's going to be too much. I'm gonna get super sweaty, gonna get the head spins. I'm gonna get sick to my stomach. It is not going to be pleasant.
It wasn't that I got sick to my stomach. I think it was from the coughing that it made me puke.
Yes.
Because I have a very high tolerance anyway, so I feel like a normal gram dab to most people, I'd have to take like a 2.5 gram dab to hit the same.
Well, see now, I have an interjection argument about your when you
round one.
Go ahead. I still do it. Like I cough, and I'll cough shit up, but it's not vomit. It's not bile. It's like slimy
mucus. That's all it is.
I call it lung butter because
in a retrospect,
because it's not. I mean, it does not smell like puke because puke has that fucking smell.
You just said
it's slimy like spit.
Smelling it, bro. Like, that's gnarly. I don't even know that.
If you puke after a big ass rip and no food or stomach bile comes up,
it's not puke.
To me, that's not puke. That's just lung butter.
I don't want to hear that term. That is just like a horrible term. I never want to hear that again in my life. It's just disgusting. I want to throw up from hearing that.
What, lung butter?
I'll stop saying it, you sick motherfucker.
What's that about lung butter?
Oh shit, sounds horrible. No, but anyways, in a different sense, what it is that bio-like substance you're talking about, it is basically. Hang on a second. Go inside, buddy.
For me, when I do it, when I puke after a big rip, it does not. I mean, because bile has that certain smell and that certain taste. Like when I puke off of a bong rip or something, I don't taste puke in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that puke taste, but yeah.
The audio is coming, feeding back. So turn it down.
God damn. He's watching.
Yes, if I can get the audio.
Mike from last night's a little hard of hearing, so he's watching on his tablet and listening through his headphones. Damn, that's a hell of a delay he's got. Like, yeah. Are we?
Yeah.
We didn't read what moving. I was like, is he?
I'm sorry.
Johnny Blaze did that shit the other day. I was like, is he frozen or is he really still?
Man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I sometimes will check up and watch it on the actual channel so I see the chat, and it'll be way behind sometimes. And like when Kzar be like, "Look at this," I'll have to hop back over to the actual thing because there is a delay.
Like we see what's messed up is like there's not too big of a delay between our video feed and the chat, but yet he's sitting here. Dude, you're still talking on his. See, now I just started talking.
Took at least like 15-20 seconds.
About 15-20 seconds. But the chat is almost instant. Type something.
All right, I'm back.
Type something in the chat. We're gonna see how long the delay there is.
The chat's immediate, but the video is
chat, dude. Boom, dude. That is like instantaneous.
Yeah, the chat's right away, but
that's crazy.
The delay is different for us.
Yeah.
And what it is, it's a latency delay simply so you can so you don't get caught up. Like the chat's not ahead of you. You don't get bypassed, basically.
That's good.
We'll see. Like he's watching on his tablet because he's but like you're still talking.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a compression thing, all the feeds come together on the server, and then the server broadcasts out to streamers like me, picking it up because you guys.
There's a slight delay.
It's whatever.
Convenient delay is what it is, I guess.
No. Anyways, what I was trying to say before my son got, I guess he just woke up, was that basically when you take a dab, the temperature of the vapor you're inhaling is extremely hot, right?
Right.
So what your lungs or your throat and your esophagus, what it does, because it's not even your lungs, it's your esophagus that does it, creates a mucus to protect the lining of the esophagus from being damaged. That is what you're basically throwing up. It's that mucus that causes irritation in the esophagus due to the over inflammation from the heat.
then that's not throwing up, because throwing up comes from the stomach.
No, basically throwing up is a verb. Throwing up is a verb, okay? It's an action.
You're coughing that shit up. You're not
anything,
throwing up, you're coughing that shit up.
Well, if you gag yourself on the coughing, you can make yourself throw up. Key and point, look at Steve-O from Jackass. Every time the man puked, 90% of the time, he made himself puke by going as much as possible until he'd gag himself enough to make himself vomit. And that was stupid crap. That's just gnarly. That just sounds horrible. And see, that just makes it think of total different shit. What's up, Blazing with Biggs? Oh my goodness, guys. So still have not got any word from Johnny Blaze, and it is now 9 o'clock. We're in the second hour of the show, guys. I'm not sure where Johnny Blaze is. I'm still trying to reach him.
Yo, what's good, Smokey for Prez? Didn't see you pop in there, man.
Let's him again.
Is this hot? Yeah. Fuck. All right. Well, I'm out of coffee.
How's that California sunshine blazing with Biggs? How you doing out there, man?
All right. Let's see. He looked sick yesterday.
Well, I haven't heard from Johnny either. Well, y'all, fucking, I'm gonna jump up out of here. Gotta go fucking hit this store, then hit a dispensary.
No, you're good. We're actually gonna call it to an end at the 9 o'clock hour, guys, because I do have to take the wife early today. She's gotta go to work early, which is cool. Not a big deal. I get to go hang out with my son, which is fucking awesome. So,
hell yeah.
My camera don't stop blurring the fuck out, man. Thank you. As always, guys, let's go to the close. Fucking Daddy Dank Nugs, hit him with your fucking close, man.
Guys, thank you all for tuning in this morning. Fucking thank you, Kazar and fucking Weed and Reek for having me on. If y'all don't know who I am, I'm sure everybody knows who I am by now. But if you don't, go sub to the channel. Fucking yeah, I'm fucking awesome.
Link is in the description below right now. Just saying, his link will always be in the description below.
Check out, much appreciated, much love, Mr. Kazar. Check out my playlist. Fucking always keep track of fucking sunrise and after hour sesh. Make sure you follow Johnny, Kazar, and We Didn't Reap on fucking YouTube and Instagram, of course. Fucking yeah, y'all have a good weekend and happy smoking, motherfuckers.
We Didn't Reap. Let them hear it.
Man, glad you guys could wake up and be with us again for the final episode of the first season. I want to thank Kazar and Daddy Dank Nugs for having the thoughts to create this show, and then I want to thank them for allowing me to be a part of it. It's a big opportunity for me. I really, thank each one of them, and y'all show love to Daddy Dank Nugs. He's trying to act like he's a guest. This is his show.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's the founder.
Like, thanks for letting me be here. Thanks for
y'all go show love to Daddy Dank Nugs, man. He's trying to do his shit in real life, so it's times that couldn't work exactly every single day. But when he is going to be here, he definitely adds a great volume to the show. He actually makes the show, to be honest. So just show love to him. That's really what I wanted to say in my close. Just show love to the man. I respect him a lot, and hope you all have a great day and a great motherfucking weekend. Stay warm wherever you're at. If it's fucking cold, 'cause I know it's cold here.
All right, everybody. So first and foremost, absolutely same respect. A lot of love for fucking Daddy Dank Nugs. The only reason he's not with us is because he has to other responsibilities, and I give mad respect for that, because at the end of the day, you got to take care of the shit that's important. Make sure this is just something we do. If something comes up more important, something else has to happen. Well, guess what? Those things got to take precedence first. So I give him mad respect for that, and I want you guys to know that he's always going to be up here, even if he's not fucking with us in presence. He's with us in spirit. We have Daddy Dank Nugs dab time. If you're not caught that yet, Dank, we do that every day. It's Daddy Dank Nugs dab time. But you were with us today, so we didn't have to do it. We got Daddy Dank Nugs dab time the whole damn show.
Oh,
and yes, I will be doing the after hour session tonight, guys. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that. And then, of course, some information for season 2, guys, because this is the end of season 1. We will be back season 2. I do believe we should be coming up Monday. I will let you guys know any further information just in case it does get extended further out into the week, or maybe possibly a week of vacation. We don't know yet. But we will be moving the hour to 1 hour later on into the day. So instead of the 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it will be 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that some of us can get that little extra hour of sleep. So, you know, because some of us, I guess it's taking a little bit of a toll, guys, not going to lie. Being up here and doing this and then getting into the night session as well is it's tedious and it takes a toll, guys. But I just want you guys to know, all love, mad respect to every single person out there. I love each and every one of you guys, and you guys made this possible for us. So, as always, to all my gifted out there, you guys got to stay lifted. Kaz out. Peace.
Happy smoking, motherfuckers.